Did you know that not all fruits are diabetes friendly? Some can be real allies in controlling blood sugar, while others disguise their danger with seemingly harmless sweetness. If you've ever wondered which fruits you can eat without guilt and which you should avoid at all costs, stick with me until the end, because I'm going to tell you the 5 best options for diabetics, and the 5 that can sabotage your health without you even realizing it. First of all, it's important to understand one detail: the glycemic index. It measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar. Fruits with a low glycemic index are excellent choices because they release glucose slowly, avoiding dangerous spikes. Diabetes is one of the world's leading killer diseases, according to the World Health Organization, WHO. In the United States, diabetes is a disease that affects millions of people and is one of the leading causes of death. In 2021, around 38.4 million people in the United States had diabetes, which corresponds to 11.6% of the population. And here's a crucial detail: obesity is one of the main triggers for the development of type 2 diabetes. With the increase in cases of overweight in the American population, more people are at risk of developing the disease without even realizing it. That's why understanding the correct diet is essential, and exactly why this video is so important. One question that always comes up is, can diabetics eat fruit? The answer is clear. Not only can they, but they should. However, there is a big difference between the way a diabetic should eat fruit and the way a person without the disease can eat it. But for those who have difficulty metabolizing sugar, such as diabetics, it is necessary to establish control. The key word here is limit. There is a widespread myth on the internet that people with diabetes should avoid fruit. This is not true. Fruit is part of a balanced diet and should be on the menu of those with diabetes or pre-diabetes, but always in moderation. The reason? Fruit contains fructose, which is a natural sugar that is processed by the body into glucose. But unlike refined sugar, fruits also provide fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are essential for good health. When consumed in the right way, they can even help with glycemic control and the prevention of other diseases. And that's not just me saying it. Science proves it. Several population studies show that a higher consumption of fruit is directly related to a reduced risk of hypertension, strokes, heart attacks, cancer, and obesity. In addition, the fibers present in fruit are extremely beneficial for the body. They help lower cholesterol, prevent insulin spikes, and improve digestion, preventing problems such as constipation. In other words, fruit is not a villain for diabetes, but an ally, as long as it is consumed wisely. But are fruit carbohydrates bad for people with diabetes? The answer is no, when compared to the wrong alternatives. If a diabetic person avoids fruit, but instead consumes an industrialized dessert, a loaf of bread from the bakery or a cookie, this exchange will never be beneficial. The point is not to cut out fruit, but to know which ones to choose and how to consume them correctly. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you now: the 5 best fruits for diabetics and the 5 you should avoid. What are the best fruits for people with diabetes? This is a question I get a lot, and the answer involves 2 fundamental concepts that every diabetic should know: glycemic index, GI, and glycemic load, GC. These 2 factors determine how a fruit affects the level of sugar in your blood and, consequently, whether it is a good choice for your daily diet. First, let's understand the glycemic index. It measures how quickly a food increases glucose in the blood. If a fruit has a high glycemic index, the sugar in your blood rises rapidly, causing the pancreas to release insulin to control this spike, and this cycle can result in rebound hypoglycemia later on. Fruits with a low glycemic index, on the other hand, release glucose slowly and gradually, avoiding spikes, reducing the impact on the pancreas, and providing much more stable glycemic control. According to the American Diabetes Association, the classification of the glycemic index is as follows: low, up to 55, moderate, 56 to 69, and high, 70 or more. But the glycemic index isn't everything. There's another even more useful metric called glycemic load, which considers not only the speed with which glucose enters the blood, but also the total amount of carbohydrates per serving. This means that some fruits can have a moderate glycemic index, but a low glycemic load, which makes them safe when eaten in moderation. The glycemic load is divided as follows: low, 0 to 10, moderate, 11 to 19, and high, 20 or more. How does this affect your choice? Simple. The best fruits for diabetics are those with a low glycemic index and low glycemic load, as they keep blood sugar under control. But calm down. This doesn't mean you have to completely cut out those fruits that have a moderate or even high glycemic index. The key is to balance consumption with your daily diet. If you want to eat a slightly sweeter fruit, reduce your intake of other carbohydrates, such as rice, bread, and pasta. This way, you avoid overloading your body with too much glucose at once. Now you've understood how to evaluate fruits by their glycemic index and glycemic load, it's time to get to know the 5 best fruits for diabetics. These fruits not only help keep blood sugar under control, but also bring numerous health benefits, from improving digestion to strengthening the immune system. And look, some of these options might surprise you. Shall we get started? 5th place, passion fruit. Passion fruit is an excellent choice for diabetics. With a glycemic index of 27 and a glycemic load of only 5, it has a minimal impact on blood glucose. But what makes this fruit even more interesting is its effect on anxiety and sleep quality, something essential for those with diabetes, as stress can increase insulin resistance. In addition, research suggests that a compound present in passion fruit seeds, piceatannol, can improve insulin sensitivity, helping to control glucose. There's just one thing: no sweetener, sugar, or honey. The ideal is to consume passion fruit pure to maintain all its benefits. 4th place, apple. With a glycemic index of 39 and a glycemic load of 5, apples are an excellent fruit for those with diabetes. It is rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. But the highlight is its prebiotic effects, which help strengthen the good bacteria in the gut. This is essential because a healthy gut is directly linked to better blood sugar control. In addition, apples help prevent obesity, heart disease, and control sugar. And an important tip: eat it with the peel. It contains much of the fruit's fiber, helping digestion even more and reducing glycemic spikes. 3rd place, guava. If you're looking for a fruit with a low impact on glucose, guava is one of the best options. Its glycemic index is only 23, and its glycemic load is 2. In other words, almost zero impact on blood sugar. In addition, guava is extremely nutritious. It contains lycopene, quercetin, vitamin C, and other polyphenols that act as powerful antioxidants, helping to neutralize free radicals and prevent various diseases. Lycopene is even a great ally for prostate health. And there's more. Because it's rich in fiber, guava improves bowel function, preventing constipation, which is a common problem among diabetics. 2nd place, avocado. Avocado could easily be at the top of the list. With a glycemic index of only 10 and a glycemic load of 3, it has virtually no impact on blood sugar. But its greatest benefit lies in its nutritional composition. Rich in monounsaturated fats, it improves levels of good cholesterol, HDL, reduces bad cholesterol, LDL, and helps control insulin resistance. In addition, avocados reduce the risk of metabolic syndrome, a set of factors that increase the chances of developing complications such as cardiovascular disease. The only caution is with the calories. Despite being one of the healthiest fruits, its high calorie content can lead to weight gain, and we know that obesity worsens diabetes control. So moderation is the key. 1st place, cherry. And in 1st place, the cherry! With a glycemic index of 20 and a glycemic load of 6, it is an incredible fruit for those with diabetes. Rich in potassium and antioxidants, cherries help reduce inflammation in the body and can even help improve sleep quality, as they contain melatonin, the hormone responsible for rest and regulating the circadian cycle. Now that we've talked about the 5 best fruits for diabetics, here comes the most important part. What are the 5 fruits you should avoid? Some of them may seem harmless, but they hide real blood sugar traps. Want to know what they are? Then stick with me. Now that we've talked about the best fruits for diabetics, it's important to know which fruits should be avoided or eaten in moderation. Some fruits, despite being natural and healthy, can cause glycemic spikes and make it difficult to control diabetes. But beware, this doesn't mean you can never eat these fruits again. The key is moderation and balance with other foods in your day. Let's take a look at the 5 fruits that require the most caution. First, grapes. Consume in moderation. Grapes have a glycemic index of 53 and a glycemic load of 7, which puts them in the warning zone for those with diabetes. Despite being rich in resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that protects the heart and fights aging, grapes contain a large amount of fructose and can quickly raise blood sugar levels. If you do eat it, prefer small portions and avoid eating too many at once. Second, mango. Watch the quantity. Mango has a glycemic index of 56 and a glycemic load of 13, making it comparable to orange juice in terms of its impact on blood sugar. Despite being a delicious fruit rich in vitamins A and C, its high carbohydrate content requires moderation. If you are diabetic and love mango, Eat a small portion and avoid combining it with other carbohydrates at the same time. Third, pineapple. Avoid large quantities. Pineapple has a glycemic index of 66 and a glycemic load of 12, meaning it can raise your glucose quickly. It has incredible benefits, such as improving immunity and reducing inflammation in the body, as well as containing bromelain, an enzyme that facilitates digestion. However, due to its high glycemic index, diabetics should consume it in moderation, preferably in small portions, and always together with fiber or protein to reduce the impact on blood sugar. Fourth, banana. Prefer smaller portions. Bananas have a glycemic index of 62 and a glycemic load of 16, making them a fruit with a high glycemic impact for those with diabetes. But beware, this doesn't mean you have to stop eating bananas. On the contrary, it is rich in potassium, which is essential for heart health and blood pressure control. The tip is to eat half a banana at a time and combine it with a source of protein or healthy fat, such as natural yogurt or peanut butter. Fifth, watermelon and melon. Watch out for the glycemic index. Watermelon has a glycemic index of 72, considered high, although its glycemic load is only 7, which means that a small amount may not be so harmful. The problem is that it's very easy to overdo the consumption of this super refreshing fruit. It is rich in potassium and water, helping to hydrate, but for those with diabetes, the ideal is to control the amount. The same goes for melon, which has a similar glycemic impact. So, can I eat fruit with a high glycemic index? Yes, in moderation. You can reduce the glycemic impact of these fruits with a few strategies. Eat smaller portions and avoid overdoing it. Balance your diet by reducing other carbohydrates on the same day, such as bread, rice, and pasta. Increase physical activity, as exercise helps control blood glucose. 3 common mistakes that can hinder diabetes control. First mistake, drinking fruit juices. Even natural juices remove the fruit's fiber, increasing the speed at which sugar is absorbed. Worse still are boxed juices, which contain added sugars and can damage your health. Always prefer fresh fruit. Second mistake, consuming too many dried fruits. Raisins, dates, and other dried fruits have very concentrated sugar and can quickly raise blood sugar levels. Small portions can already be harmful, so it's best to avoid them. Third mistake, cutting fruit out of the diet completely. Many people with diabetes are afraid to eat fruit, but this is a mistake. The ideal is not to exclude them, but to control the quantities and vary the types. If you love watermelon or mango, have some, but balance it out with fruit with a lower glycemic index, such as cherries or avocados. If you want to keep your glucose under control in a natural way, there is a supplement that can help you a lot in your daily life. It contains 100% natural ingredients such as berberine, cinnamon, and chromium picolinate, which help regulate blood glucose and improve insulin sensitivity. Reduces glucose spikes after meals. Improves insulin resistance. Helps with weight control. Reduces the desire to eat sweets. If you want a natural ally for your health, this supplement could be the solution. Click on the link in the comments and find out how it can help you have more energy and well-being every day. Now back to fruit. We conclude that the secret is in the balance. No fruit needs to be completely cut out of your diet. The secret is to vary and eat in moderation. If you like a fruit with a high glycemic index, reduce the amount and balance it with other foods. This way, you'll enjoy the nutrients and keep your blood sugar under control. Did you like these tips? Now tell me, which of these fruits do you usually eat on a daily basis?